other people were actually able of holding their own and to finding success, and basically to give you for those who don't know what Outnoa is, basically I don't know what time it is, like let's say it's like near future, humanity's after discovering space travel and mechs, but it doesn't seem, there's no flying cars or anything. So some humanity had set off, found ancient tech, and then established space feudalism. They've come back, the rest of humanity ends up like, I can't, damn it, some of the plots escaping me, but basically some big war broke out above the planet, above Earth's surface, and the moon got fucking wrecked on it. Some huge gate explodes or something, and there was a peace treaty after that. It starts with this princess going on a peace mission. I'm not going to talk too much about that, but basically conflict ends up breaking out. And the side that the princess was on, they have all these really tricked out mechs, because they have this like Aldnoa drive that only people of the princess's bloodline can use. She's from she's the descendant of the original leader of the expedition that I was leaving, or something. I'm not sure if he was the leader of the expedition, but the guy came quite important anyway, even if he wasn't. Like, I'm not sure of his original rank, but he's the king in space feudalism. The enemy mechs have like these tricked out things. Like one of the first mechs you see has this shield that anything that goes against it will be just disintegrated. There's a mech later on that can freeze anything that comes near within like a couple miles of it. Maybe it's not a couple miles, maybe it's 2 miles or a mile or something. It's not. It's a large radius, but it's not. It's on the outside New York. The harbor's now. It's on the far opposite side of New York. The harbor's now frozen. It's not quite that big. There's another one that can, whip up sandstorms that just like rip mechs apart, while remaining safe inside. Basically, the kid is a turning point in the entire thing. Every mech they go up against, he's the answer to it. And I think that's just maybe the cliche of the genre, maybe. Harem, it's always some generic guy with incredibly hot girls falling for him. It's just, maybe it's just a thing of the genre. I'm not sure. But, I'm just thinking, they could have avoided that if he wasn't the perpetual linchpin in everything, To be honest, I think they actually said that the only places getting wins were where he was, But maybe I'm misremembering. It has been quite a while since I've seen it. It is a good show. I certainly like some of the music from it, but that is one negative for it. Okay, we're nearly done here. No flavor. Also, insert an Eye of the Tiger remake here called Eye of the Raptor. But yeah, it's not a bad show, but it is. It does have that criticism levied at it, and it's not without merit. Did try and watch Samurai Champloo, but the first episode kind of threw me off. I had like a certain expectation of it. More of a straight samurai thing, and then the first episode has like fucking time travel in it, and apparently a friend was talking about it, and that actually threw him off as well, but he stuck with it, and it does, that was just an early on just little thing, and that was it. They don't actually continue that thing. So, I need to give that another look at some stage. It's done by the same guy who did Cowboy Bebop. To be honest, I'm just getting anime off Netflix. I don't have access to anything else. I've been hearing questionable things about one of the Prime anime sites. I'm not going to say who in case they're touchy, but questionable things. Either that the people there are dicks, or that their site isn't the most of secure ones. That, you know, going on to it, you can end up getting viruses trying to watch the stuff. Not sure if any of this is true. Like I was saying, people were asserting that the people were dicks. People like to make shit up about people that they don't like. Admittedly, yeah, so like no one's, you know, it's, you know, I'm tripping over my own tongue. You know, I'm sure I've done that myself at some stages, you know, but yeah, it's not a sin I'm free from. But okay, hand to go down. But so maybe they're wrong about the whole, you know, viruses thing, or maybe they're quite right, painfully right. I have utterly no idea. But I don't want to take a risk, so I'm just sticking with Netflix. And if I can get DVDs at some stage, I'll get DVDs. Okay, just at the other side of this hill. What level are you? 32. So, alright. I was expecting them to stick more regularly to my level, maybe a little lower, but there's some that's 31, some that's 30, some that's 32. They fluctuate, but in around that level. Shite. I'm gonna go down. Annoying. Let's aggro this guy. Tiny Twister. It's a little mini version of these guys. Like, grab it. Yeah, shit. You can't use hand to go down if it's here. Let me think. Any other anime? I've seen the Castlevania thing. This is music I'm not used to. I've seen the Castlevania thing. I've seen... I actually can't remember. I tried to watch a bit of... Samurai Flamenco? I can't actually remember what it's called. Guy hasn't superpowers, he just dresses up as a superhero. It was... I just felt too embarrassed for the character. I turned it off. You know, when some people are doing really stupid things and stuff, I feel the second-hand embarrassment burns. Someone was telling me about something, what Tommy Wiseau got up to, and I felt the need to throw myself off a banister just to get away from the embarrassment of it. I didn't. I was, you know, in the cinema in town. It's not something you want to jump off of, unless I know you've got the Icarus landing system. But yeah, I just felt the second-hand embarrassment painfully. They ignore all negative weather effects. The enemy pets can still gain the beneficial effects from weather when facing an elemental. Increased damage from aquatic, reduced from mechanical. Okay, hit it with Devour. 35% hit chance, but it does it directly to my team. Nasty. Bite. Weaken defenses. Annoying. I'm not really using the best abilities here, but to be honest, since I want to actually catch the guy, it's probably for the best. Do it. Rude. Okay, I need to switch. Baby Blizzard Bear. Not particularly worried about taking you alive now. I would love to, you know, I should see if I can get an ability for this guy that allows him to bleed the enemy. Because then Maul will do even more. The Baby Blizzard Bear got 67 XP, the Ravager Hatchling got 91, and I've gotten Tiny Twister. What? Burns Master's Wounds, dealing a small amount of damage and restoring 8% over... I shouldn't have that. Since when does it have that? I thought I had to have okay, for a moment there I thought I had to get one of these. But no. It just now passively has Cauterized Master. Sadly I can't put it in an autocast. But that's nice to know. You keep an eye on that. But yeah, Tiny Twister. What is this? Twister's delight in sneaking up on unsuspecting creatures, and surprisingly with gusts up their nostrils. Dicks. I'm trying to think, was there any other anime I've seen? I actually can't think of that. Don't know how we made a lovely charm out of that, but sure. There I got the Thundering Key, with no flavor text. And I've still no bloody idea what any other anime I've seen as of late. I'll go to some older stuff. I've seen, like as I said before, I've seen Cardcaptor Sakura. I've seen some Tsubasa. I've also read some Tsubasa, same with Holic. Saw a bit of Holic too. Excuse me. I've seen... you know, fuck it, we'll run the... Sure, we'll run over here, get a fight back to here, turn in Raising Spirits, and then we'll continue on down this way. Yeah, I've seen some Oron Host Club, read some Oron Host Club. I vaguely remember seeing the finale to it actually, though I'm not sure if I actually made it up to it or just like walked in my aunt when she was watching it. She actually also showed me some Gravitation actually. The anime, not the manga. The manga is apparently a lot worse. The manga's a lot worse from what you say. The show is just annoying. To be perfectly blunt, the show is actually just annoying. The two main guys were obnoxious in their own very special ways. They deserved each other. The main guy was a hyperactive twit who needed a slap upside the head, and while the other guy was a cold, artless bastard who, to be honest, I can't even remember why I disliked him right now. I remember him being a dick, but memories are more vague. But yeah, he probably deserved a slap upside his head as well. Most likable person there was the redheaded guy who also liked the hyperactive dipshit. And similarly, there was actually another singer in it, and he was from a different band, and like the main guy looked up to him or something. But it was really weird. The guy was really weird because sometimes you'd catch him not catch him, but sometimes the camera would focus on him and he would look really angry, like he's gonna fucking rape and eat someone. Then he's hyperactive giddy like the other guy next fucking moment. It was really creepy. It was really weird. Well, not creepy, just really weird. You know, are the other guys marked for a quest, like these guys are? Because I don't think so. Like, you know, this shield here. Normally that's only for enemies that are, you know, like for a wanted quest. You know, not just a generic guy. But anyway, yeah, that sure wasn't great, really. Also, I remember my... This is something that's always bugged me. I don't know how she made this mistake. Unless she was fucking with me. That's certainly a possibility. My aunt was... like, in the Final Fantasy VII, they mentioned a play called Loveless. And I walked... one day I came into my aunt's room and she was watching an anime. And she was saying, oh, this is Loveless, and this is what they were referencing in Final Fantasy VII. It's not. I've seen a bit of the show, I've seen a bit... Well, I actually think I've read more of the manga than the show. But yeah, it's fucking not. I ended up, years later, when I was actually curious, I ended up looking it up online, and yeah, no. No. Yeah, I don't remember much of the Final Fantasy VII one, but it's like Shakespearean play, talks of goddesses and shit like this, you know? While the other thing's fucking yaoi. Between like a 12-year-old boy and an adult man. I didn't end up seeing anything, you know, like, don't worry, as far as I've seen in the manga, you don't end up seeing anything weird. Like the weird, like, well, you know, you see plenty of weird things, but, thankfully they didn't get to humping. Yeah. It was a weird thing. Weird thing. You know, thinking on it, I didn't even really put much thought to it. I'm still thinking, like, did she honestly think that, or was she fucking with me? I'm not sure in the slightest, because it could go either way. Like, it could legitimately go either way, and since I've got a quest here now, I guess we'll just run over to it. I was gonna fly the whole way back, but may as well run here. Then I can fly back if I so choose. Here, let me just check something. But yeah, wouldn't recommend either of those things. They're neither, like, according to my tastes, neither of them are neither of them are good. Like I said, gravitation, the main guys are utterly irritating. Then the Loveless thing is fucking creepy. It's magic thing.